The world is changing forever. There are 18-year-old kids now, like creating multinational businesses from their bedrooms in 5 minutes. There are people living completely free, off-grid with their family, sovereignly away from everything else. The choice is there now. Purpose is not assigned. And one of the first things is to learn how to unravel and unwrap yourself from structures. The most common question I get is, I've done all this work and I've changed my life, and friends have come and gone, and I've done these courses and I've done all of these things, but I still don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I still don't know what my purpose is. Now, I'm assuming if that's not the case for you, you've kind of like overcome that in your own way. But in my opinion, there is a very specific reason why that happens. Because what would, in my opinion, be living fully in your purpose be right now? Well, fully living in your purpose right now, if I was being completely, totally transparent about what I believe it is, would be that as a consequence of you living completely and fully in your purpose, unwaveringly, you would have the choice of everything you want. You'd have no constraints on your time. You'd have no constraints on your income. You'd have no constraints on your health. You'd have no constraints on your relationships. And it's all part of a process that we're going through. So that's what I want to really talk about today. The world is changing forever. There are 18-year-old kids now, like creating multinational businesses from their bedrooms in 5 minutes. There are people living completely free, off-grid with their family, sovereignly away from everything else. The choice is there now. Purpose is not assigned. And one of the first things is to learn how to unravel and unwrap yourself from structures. And I love this. The new economy we're moving to requires and rewards self-directed individuals. Well, this is the most important point. You cannot see purpose from contraction. So this is it. So I've talked about this before. You are a ball of condensed energy. And that energy has come from potential, and you have collapsed into matter. And you do matter. You really do matter. You are matter, and you do matter. And you are a toroidal field. And if you look at the top of the yin and yang, I saw this yesterday, it was amazing. That is a quantum loop. It's like it's a toroidal field, and that's what you are. Your heart unravels like that. You're a ball of energy, and you are a ball of narrative, of belief systems, of beliefs, of all of these things that potentiality drops into form. And one of the big problems that humans have is that your next thing, your expansion, can only be given to you at the level of capacity that you allow. And you cannot see your purpose from a contracted state. So what happens is, when we get dysregulated, when our nervous systems are frazzled, when we're negative about things, when we try and control everything, when we let our voice in our head ruin our self-concept, we don't believe in ourselves, we are very reactive to things, we don't practice non-reaction, we can't recover quickly after things go wrong, we can't find our true north. You're basically looking down a very narrow tunnel that never changes, trying to find your purpose. And when you do that, there's nothing there, because it's all based on your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and belief system. What I'm not advocating is in any way that you just do these practices and you don't take action. That's not what this is about. But you have to create a foundational structure for yourself that is going to firstly allow you to see purpose. Someone just said, I wish I could step out of my life and look at it as an observer. You are. You already are. You're not in it. You just think you're in it. So well done, you just did it. You're in it. You are the observer. You're observing it all. So narrow perceptions, which lead to fear-based decisions, safe choices, linear thinking, comparison, fear-based planning, contingencies. Purpose requires expanded perception. This is not spiritual. This is psychological. This is like metaphysical psychological. It stacks up. So what happens is this. So there's something that automatically happens when I decide, okay, so what I've done isn't working. What I've done before isn't working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to this dude, this alchemist dude, who kind of, he's got, I like the cut of his jib. He's got quite a good bit of chat on him. And what I'm going to do is I'm going for 30 days. I'm just going to write it on my fridge, write it by my bed, do everything and say, right, this is what I've got to do for the next 30 days. And all I'm going to do is focus on regulating my nervous system. That's kind of the overarching thing. And the way I'm going to regulate my nervous system is I am going to practice non-reaction to everything that happens in my life, not through any kind of passivity or weakness, but everything that's happening in my life, I'm going to resolve, relax my jaw, drop my shoulders, let it go, stop, neutral or better. That's just a thought, doesn't mean anything. I'm okay. It's amazing. Move on. And I'm going to do this and take this to task, like the mental diet, like the golden key. We're going to do this. And every time I get a massive bit of surge of fear or something knocks me off my perch or something goes wrong, I'm going to center myself and say, right, this only works if I allow myself to come back to center and know that that doesn't matter. Nothing matters here. Nothing matters. And if it's something I really have to deal with, like there's a car about to hit me or something like that, I'll deal with that because that's reactive. You're supposed to deal with that. But all of the rest of it that I'm worried about, that I'm nervous about, that I'm berating myself about, that I'm feeling guilty about, it's all a construct of my very advanced computer, this imagination that I have, and I'm picking all of this energy from the field of consciousness, and I'm equating that to, oh, this is my life, and it's so overwhelming, and it's not good, and da-da-da-da, and it's all just made up. So you're looking down this tunnel, and you see the shadows outside the cave, and you're looking down the tunnel. And then what happens is when you drop the need to be right, the need to be certain in terms of the need to have things up in the air, you can tolerate more visibility, more growth, more responsibility. You just allow everything to be exactly as it is. And what happens is that tunnel gets wider like that. And it starts to open up. As your nervous system calms down, as you start to be nice to yourself, as you start to just let the universe not interfere, this amazing thing starts to happen. We arrive at this most incredible point in our awakening. And we do all the things. We do all the things. But we still have this narrow awareness. We only expand our spiritual capacity based on our narrow awareness because we're still cynical and we still believe certain things and we still act in a certain way. Your only job here is to raise your consciousness. And in raising your consciousness, it's like expanding your awareness. And it goes wide and it goes out. It's like a torch that's got a very narrow pinpoint, and you turn it and it looks at the whole thing, and you start to see things so differently. And from there, something called inspired action begins to show up. Inspired action. So what's inspired action? Well, it's things that will come into your reality, into your awareness, into your dream, into your existence, when you've changed the energy of your source and you become calm, grounded, coherent, ideas begin to appear. Your energy improves. Synchronicities ramp up. So this is the most practical path to your purpose. Do nothing. You are a miracle. I mean, think about it. if what we're told to believe, we're hurtling through space on a ball of rock and we're here, you're here. Think about it. You're here. You have this awareness. I mean, what is this? You have this awareness. You have been given the gift of God. And God is remembering themselves, his self, herself, through you. And you believe that you cannot create conditions to make your experience more favorable. So your job as God, remembering themselves through God, in part of this mass awareness, in an individualized context, your job is to learn how to expand your awareness and consciousness. Now, the problem is, the ultimate way to do that on this realm is unconditional love. But if you have a fully regulated nervous system, that's love of body. If you have a world-class self-concept, that's love of self. If you practice non-reaction, and it always is non-reaction without conditions, you have a love of everything and everyone around you. So really what this is to understand that we're not really talking about nervous system regulation or self-concept or non-reaction or recovery speeds or inspired action. We're talking about true love. True love in the highest unconditional energy, which is just pure abundance beyond our comprehension. And you cannot do anything more than that. Does the word miracle light you up when you say miracle? Miracle lights you up, doesn't it? There's something about the word. It lights you up. Why? Because it's you. It's you right now. But you forgot to love yourself to that level as the divine expression of God that you are. And it's beyond comprehension how incredible it is. And one day you will know. You will literally know. But this is part of the game. This is part of the game. Because one of the things also, before I finish here, is this is it, right? One of the ways that consciousness manifested itself to control our narratives for a short period of time was this very reductionist scientific view of what we are and what reality is. It's like we're going through like a real big bang, but it's us. It's us. The explosion is coming from within us. So you have an obligation to remember the miracle that you are through your own perception, which is about love, nervous system love, self-concept love, non-reaction love. And your purpose will explode from you, from that position as a state of being. But there is no doing involved. And the action you will take, you will know. You will just know. And you all have it. You all have it.